Hitler has often protested that his plans for conquest do not extend across the Atlantic Ocean, but his submarines and raiders prove otherwise. So does the entire design of his new world order. For example, I have in my possession a secret map made in Germany by Hitler's government, by the planners of the new world order.
And today, as a pilgrim of peace, I have come here to pay homage to Mahatma Gandhi, hero of humanity. Mahatma Gandhi taught that if all men and women, whatever the differences between them, cling to the truth with respect for the unique dignity of every human being, a new world order, a civilization of love can be achieved.
Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order. In the words of Winston Churchill, a world order in which the principles of justice and fair play protect the weak against the strong. A world where the United Nations, freed from Cold War stalemate, is poised to fulfill the historic vision of its founder. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order.
This disaster, to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
The general thrust of what I said, which was, again, after working it out with Bob, was essentially that, Mr. President, this is a far more important issue than simply the invasion of Kuwait, important as that is. This is, in its own way, the first real test of this new world order that we're trying to put together.
Мир развернулся в своем движении в другом направлении, к новому мировому порядку.
I think even that does not describe why the world has changed so much and why the world has turned so much toward a new world order and a new kind of civilization.
Bush has invoked a new world order without enunciating a new American purpose. But for all his experience, skill, and cautious professionalism, the President has still failed to articulate clear goals for our nation's foreign policy in this new age.
And after 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order, and instead it looks like we got a lot of disorder.
There's a need for a new world order, but it has different characteristics in different parts of the world. And really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis.
Wait, and this nation is right now fighting for its survival, but we are also fighting for world peace, and we are also fighting for future world order.
So let's leave them something to think about as they go home. Let them go home and say, Mr. Soros said, here are 3 things we can do, simply. 1,
well, deal with the mortgage problem, reduce foreclosures, recapitalize the banks, and then work on a better world order.
What sort of a financial deal should Obama be seeking to strike when he travels to China next month?
No, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order. They are kind of reluctant members of the IMF. They play along, but they don't make much of a contribution because it's not their not their institution. Their share is not commensurate. Their voting rights are not commensurate to their weight. So I think you need a new world order that China has to be part of the process of creating it, and they have to buy in. They have to own it the same way as, let's say, the United States owns the Washington Consensus, the current order. And I think this would be a more stable one, where you would have a coordinated policies. I think the makings of it are already there, because the G20, in agreeing to peer reviews, effectively is moving in that direction.
But the point here is, it's not about me, it's about the idea of freedom. It's about the future of the whole region. It's about the future of Europe and a new world order.
Well, there have been extraordinary scenes in Berlin tonight as thousands of people gathered to hear Barack Obama deliver key foreign policy speech on his current European tour. The Democratic presidential hopeful laid out his vision for America's place in a new world order.
News, debate, and opinion for Tuesday, March 3rd. Live from New York, Lou Dobbs.
Good evening, everybody. President Obama and British Prime Minister Gordon today calling for a new world order to tackle our global economic crisis. President Obama said globalization can be an enormous force for good. Prime Minister Brown again pushing for what he calls a global New Deal paid for by the United States.
We had that G20 meeting in Washington that started this effort for global governance, and we'll have, under the leadership of Gordon Brown as the next chair of the G20 here in London in April, a major occasion to keep that leadership for Europe and for the rest of the world, working especially with our American partners and friends. So I really believe that if we work together, we can make this crisis an opportunity, because it is in times of crisis that we can make people accept some higher level of change. And so we can use this crisis to with one stone to kill two birds, if I may use that.
And the question for us is how we meet and master all these challenges to ensure that Britain enhances its competitiveness in the process and realizes what I believe is our destiny of success in this new world order. I think a new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation.
In the financial crisis, Europe is leading the way towards a global solution. Et début septembre, le président des États-Unis et l'Europe ont donc proposé plusieurs sommets à partir de la mi-novembre qui porteront sur une nouvelle régulation, une nouvelle gouvernance mondiale.
Today, Europe can propose the principles and rules that will shape a new global order.
Je veux dire ma conviction que la crise appelle à la réforme des institutions européennes. La crise appelle à ce que l'Europe puisse apporter une réponse aussi puissante et aussi rapide que tel autre ensemble mondial, comme les États-Unis ont pu le faire face au drame qu'a représenté la crise financière.
Kind of occasion where the crisis calls into question old certainties and minds are more open to change. These are very special moments.
A new world order was created.
Things. France intends to pursue, together with all people of goodwill around the world, this battle to build the new world order of the 21st century.
De politique. Le moment où tout le monde aura compris qu'il était temps de changer, temps de donner un nouveau visage à la mondialisation, temps de construire un nouvel ordre mondial, politique, économique, social, assis sur de nouveaux principes et de nouveaux...
And the hope that each of us has to build a new world order in which nations and peoples with different systems and different values can live together in peace, respecting one another while disagreeing with one another.
President Bush said that the New World Order was in tune, and that's what they were working for. The UN is part of that government. They're working right now very significantly for a North American Union. That's why there's a lot of people in Washington that don't care too much about our borders. They have a philosophic belief that national sovereignty is not important. It's also the reason I have made very strong suggestion that we need not be in the United Nations for our national.
Fidati di lui. La forza vivificante della sua luce ti incoraggia ad impegnarti nell'edificazione di un nuovo ordine mondiale fondato su giusti rapporti etici ed economici.
I'll tell you what, I'll give Cronkite credit. He says out loud what Gore believes and what Clinton believes and what Stroke Calvin says out loud. Now what is this New World Order all about? It is about a reversal of the American Revolution. The American Revolution was a bunch of farm kids and men working in blacksmith shops and working at other jobs, standing up to the greatest army on earth at places like Lexington and Concord and saying to the whole world that forever, no matter what happens, we Americans will decide here and decide for ourselves our own destiny. The New World Order is the reversal, the overturning of that revolution. That's what the end goal is. America's a rich province, part of their New World Order. But I give you my word, if ever I stand up on that east wing of the Capitol and take my oath as President of the United States, when my hand goes up, their New World Order comes crashing down.
The change, and one of the ways it will drive the change is through global governance and global.
Yet these problems can be overcome by a joint effort in and between our countries. 2009 is also the first year of global governance with the establishment of the G20 in the middle of the financial crisis. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet.
Debemos actuar de acuerdo a los retos que nos impone la historia. La gravedad de esta crisis requiere tratarla en el ámbito de las Naciones Unidas, organismo que agrupa a todos los gobiernos del mundo y que debe enfrentar, por su propia credibilidad y vigencia, una transformación integral del orden económico.
We share a common destiny. The 21st century has revealed a world more intertwined than at any time in human history. In this new world, such dangerous currents have swept along faster than our efforts to contain them.
I personally believe, my dear fellow Americans here at the Constitution Party, that the great battle that is waging, the one that, dare I say, Satan is most concerned with, is the formation and the creation of what has been called first publicly by George Bush Sr. and has now been picked up by others, the New World Order.
La crise est mondiale. Il faut que nous lui apportions une réponse mondiale. Et j'en appelle à tous les gouvernements. Aucun d'entre nous n'en sortira en faisant sa propre politique dans son coin, isolé de ce que font les autres. Aucun. Nous avons besoin du dynamisme de chacun pour deux choses. La première, trouver un nouveau système de régulation. Ça sera l'enjeu du sommet de Londres. Et je puis vous dire une chose, l'Europe aura une position commune et forte. Et je puis vous dire une deuxième chose, nous n'accepterons pas un sommet qui ne décidera pas. Et je puis vous dire une troisième chose, on ira ensemble vers ce nouvel ordre mondial. Et personne, je dis bien, personne ne pourra s'y opposer. Car à travers le monde, les forces au service du changement sont considérablement plus fortes que les conservatismes et les immobilismes.